Yesterday, TMZ posted this video of Ezekiel Elliott being handcuffed by police over the weekend at a Las Vegas music festival. Vegas police issued a statement saying they saw Zeke push a security guard to the ground. Despite being handcuffed, Zeke was not arrested after the security guard refused to press charges. Elliott's lawyer told TMZ, quote, security misconstrued and overreacted to the situation. And Stephen Jones said, quote, it's so unfair to comment at this point. We have nothing but respect for Zeke, and that's all we can really say at this point. We're joined by Rob Parker. So, Rob, how will this incident affect Zeke and his future?
Not at all. He's in the right spot with Jerry Jones. Absolutely. Jerry Jones is running a halfway house, the NFL halfway house, where he just is about talent. So we already saw he signed Greg Hardy, Randy Gregory. Even when they drafted him, a lot of people didn't want to touch him. So he's about talent. Ezekiel Elliott is a talented football player. Jerry went to bat for him, even with the video on the balcony and all the other stuff that went on. Even during the suspension, he bellyached that he got a raw deal and
tried to oust the commissioner.
And all that. Remember, went behind, tried to get the commissioner out. Very good point, Shannon. So, and this dates back, Skip, and you know this, back to Michael Irvin, and this is just who Jerry Jones is. It just hasn't worked out for him because they got more players with handcuffs on than holding up a championship trophy over the last 20 years.
The dynasty teams of the 90s, they had far more lawbreakers than this team.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, Jerry has a soft spot for people, and I'm not against people getting second chances. That's not what this is about. But he's in a good spot. Jerry's going to take care of him as long as he can run the football for him. Jerry will do whatever's possible. It's just, this is what bothers me if you're the Cowboys or a Cowboys fan. He's already been in trouble, already lost, Skip, 6 games and all that money. And here he is at some other venue. I'm not saying you got to shut yourself into a house and never go out and never try to have fun. But the last thing you want to do is get into another altercation given your history. Why are you in handcuffs at a place where you're supposed to be having fun? I don't get it. At some point, you got to wake up and go, walk away, have friends around you, Skip, who are going to look out for you and go, dude, come on. This is not going to happen. And that's what bothers me about Ezekiel Elliott is that trouble keeps finding him. You have guys in the NFL play 15 years who are never in handcuffs. They never get in trouble. So it's not just about being a football player and trouble finding you. Guys like that usually find trouble. So the only time I think he won't wind up playing for the Cowboys is if he's incarcerated or something or can't play. But if he can play and he's available, he's going to be a Cowboy.
I agree with everything you just said. This is Jerry's M.O. Jerry is always weighed talent. It doesn't matter the flags or how many you have. Skip, it's hard for me to believe that someone will make a $25, $30 million investment. And when you signed the 4th pick in the draft, that's what you did. You made a $25 million investment. So what you do, you done your homework. Jerry know exactly what he was getting with Ezekiel Elliott.
He did.
There is no surprises what this like, this is him? He could possibly do this. The talent. As you mentioned back in those 90s, they were winning championships. So Jerry was like, hey, as a matter of fact, Jerry was the bail's bond if he needed to be. Jerry
Jerry came close a few times himself to needing a bail bond. Go ahead.
So that is how it works with this. Rob, you hit the nail on the head. They're in the perfect situation because Jerry will always value talent. Talent first. Now, if Zeke was a 3rd-string running back, Zeke the long been gone. But Zeke right now might be the best running back in football. And it's called production and tolerance. As long as production up here, tolerance is going to be here. But tolerance would never, ever outweigh production. Can never top production. So long as both of them are equal, Jerry Jones will be right there for him.
Just quick point of order before I launch on this, unleash on this. Kraft and Belichick have taken their share of high-risk players.
Oh, they do it too.
But not quite as many as Jerry does. And their MO in New England is one false move and you are gone. But Jerry's going to tolerate because of production.
Correct.
I was just going to say, when the Patriots took Hernandez, I mean, he was on, I remember seeing Tony Dungy say, he was on the do not draft list. Everybody knew this guy was involved in gangs and all kinds of stuff. And the Patriots said.
But reportedly, he wrote this heartfelt letter to Mr. Kraft, and that won him over. But whatever.
Yes.
And they did get some production.
They did.
Wow. Whew, did they? Here's my point. I'm with both of you. This is not about contract. It is not going to threaten Jerry into not re-signing
Give
Zeke.
him his money.
Nope. For me, as a Cowboy fan, unfortunately, this is about will he be suspended for 1 or 2 games to start the season, because that's how bad a look this was for the National Football League that put him on a zero-tolerance policy. 2 years ago, he got suspended 6 games. I thought it was unfair. I did not think they had the evidence. Again, we talked, I don't want to get into the long story. I felt like he got railroaded. Kia Roberts, Director of Investigations for the league, was the only person who interviewed the accuser from the league office 5 times, and she said not credible. And yet, for all the off-the-field issues and incidents that he had, a couple of bar fights, and he pulled the woman's top down up on the roof, as you mentioned, they just finally said, that's enough. And I thought 6 games was a little much, but they just dropped the hammer. Mm-hmm. And again, he knows that. He had to suffer through that. His owner had to suffer through it with him. So you have to know you just can't inflict this kind of venue on yourself. You're going to a Coachella-like festival, a Woodstock-like festival, as you pointed out, 150,000 people strong, and nothing good is going to happen to you by yourself. You're unaccompanied. I saw no entourage. I saw no...
You got to have friends there.
You got to have
look out for you.
Clear of this. And it looked like he was in an altered state. And he's had some issues with substance abuse in the past. And I don't know what substance it was, but he did not look like he was in his right mind. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Very.
Okay. And it's such a bad look. Again, he obviously had domestic violence issues, and that was the primary reason he got suspended. And so the young woman is trying to walk away because they're having some kind of disagreement, and he goes and jumps in front of her and gets in her face, and then she tries to walk away, and he goes and jumps in front of her and gets in her face. Again, it's not putting hands on the woman, but it's bordering on physical to me, and it's such a chillingly bad look for me. It was disgusting to watch it because it's borderline over the edge. And then he comes back, and the security guard, some kid, he looked like he weighed 130 pounds.
He pushes him over, right.
And he pushes him over because he says, you got something to say to me? What? The guy, the kid, the young man, is just trying to make sure everything's okay between you and your
He's
lady.
not aggressive at all.
The dude making $10 an hour.
He's just trying not to get hurt.
All he's trying to do, let me collect my $10 an hour. I don't want to have to break up no fights. I don't want to have to do nothing. Just let me stand here in my space, get these make my $150, and I can go home.
Hey, are you guys okay over there? Yeah. Maybe you should back off. Maybe you got something to say? And then he just kind of shoves him into the barricade, which tumps over.
And then the other part, Skip,
my back hurt.
Okay. He
could have done that.
But knowing, too, your point, there's cameras everywhere. This is not 1980. Everybody has a camera, they're overhead. Cameras cover everything.
But this wasn't a security camera. This was just some
I know, right. But I'm saying, but everybody has it. So you even know that if I get into any kind of altercation, there's a chance it's going to be broadcast.
Right.
So then the Las Vegas Police Department comes over, one of the officers, and says, hey, I'm going to put you in cuffs. And he does not retaliate or try to resist.
Which is a good thing.
He just turns around and says, okay, cuff me. And then the security young man walks over, and maybe he was a Cowboy fan, or maybe he knows who Zeke is, and he just said, nope, drop it. I'm not going to press charges. No big deal.
He whispered in Zeke here.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I don't want to press charges. No, he good. That's my homeboy. Hey, Zeke, how you doing?
Look, here's the thing, though. He is not just some average 20-year-old, and he's got to start to realize that, because you said something, that he may be the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you're at some concert intoxicated. It's not a good look.
Come on, Skip.
Like, you got to be better.
You had to cook out in your backyard or something, you know what I'm saying? But still, you have to, Skip, and I tell guys this all the time, I automatically assume the moment I leave my house, I'm being videotaped or recorded.
Yes,
sure.
I automatically assume that. I don't care if I'm in the grocery store. I don't care if I'm in the airport.
Someone's watching.
So I have automatically assumed that Zeke will not be available for game 1. This is my gut feeling.
So you really believe
I believe that Roger Goodell,
no arrest?
Conduct unbecoming, just bad look, that he will suspend him for 2 games and it will be reduced to 1 game. And I'm already looking at my schedule. Can my team beat Eli and Saquon without Ezekiel Elliott?
You'll be okay?
Can they? I think they can, but I don't know. So Mike Weber, the 7th rounder out of Ohio State.
I don't think so.
Can he carry? Can he tote the rock?
I don't think so. But you took a 4th rounder from from Memphis.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get
Tony
no run.
Pollard.
Yeah.
And he's more of a flash and dash guy. He's more of a slot receiver type.
Well, you got the best quarterback in the game, so y'all should just be fine.
Well, those two kids are going to have to share the load in the opening game.
They shouldn't have to share anything.
Yep.
You got a quarterback about to make $30 million a year. He should deliver you.
You know what? Against Eli, I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Unless it's Daniel Jones. Is it possible he's Daniel Jones? I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I'll take Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Start him.
Daniel Jones may never be quarterback of the Giants.
I don't know.
That's how bad of a
Yeah, but your quarterback, you got Brady. He's Brady-esque.
He is Brady-esque.
No, he's not.
And he'll shred that Giants defense.
No, he's not. Stop.
We got this.
We're count down the days?
We're good. Yep. Well,
do you have a countdown?
Skip, will this be the only suspension for Ezekiel this year? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Let's just hope this was a wake-up call for Zeke,
if
you will.
Skip, how many times we just said wake up? He's still sleeping. Because we done say this is a wake-up call. No, this is a wake-up call. No, this is a wake-up call. He done about 5 or 6 of them.
I've never fought back when you have said Jerry's going to have to sleep with his cell phone as long as this kid is playing for your team. Because he is. Because that's what's going to happen because he's not going to learn.
Nope.
You just got to put up with this. And I'm sorry for Mama Zeke because I love Mama Zeke. And I know she's just like, ugh.
You got his picture by your bed.
I do.
I know. Root for this kid.
I got his picture by my bed.
We don't need any more of this.
See, Jerry's got a cell phone. I got a picture.
That should be.
I wake up in the middle of the night and look at my picture and go, I hope he's.
That should be Ernestine's picture. What are you doing putting up?
She gets it. She knows what she
bought
here.
No.
Rob, thank
You
you
got everybody else got sold a bill of goods.
I know, right?
You just can't fight him on it.
Unbelievable.
You can't fight him. We're going to talk about someone else you definitely don't have a picture of. Well, number 2, the Raptors to another win tonight. Maybe we should get you a picture if he does that.
Yeah,
we'll discuss next.